your dreams, goals and desire, aspirations, it's good that you spend little more time on it and see, will this really mean something to you even after 25 years, 50 years? If you're in your deathbed, will it still mean something to you? You must look at it. Whatever you're aspiring for, whatever you're dreaming of, whatever goals you have set, will it really mean something? Because most of these goals are traps. They're just traps. You get in, it's only one-way street, you can't turn back. I want you to look at this, because many of them are older than you. You ask them what they dreamed of at 18, they're fortunate it didn't come true. Yes or no? If everything that you desired and dreamed came true in your life, could you live with it? Fortunately, many of those things got filtered and never came true, isn't it? So, it will be very good if anybody of your age, if they want to decide and fix the goals of their life, it'll be very good if they take a break from all influence that's around them. Social influences, family influences, other influences, withdraw somewhere, that's why an ashram. Withdraw somewhere, sit down, meditate, bring yourself to a certain level of clarity and joy. When you're very happy and clear, you must decide. Not in desperation you set goals. Desperate goals that you set will mean a lot to you at that moment. Tomorrow morning you look, you don't know why you're tangled up with it. So, it'll be good. If you're fixing your life, it's best that you do it when you're very, very peaceful, happy and clear-headed, isn't it? Not influenced by anything around you, simply by yourself. Sit and decide what is it that you really want to become in your life. What is it that will be of enduring value for you, not for somebody else, for you. And you don't have to build a personality for that, you strive for that. The necessary persona will come. You must understand what a personality is. The word personality comes from the word persona. Persona means in Greek or in Latin, I'm sorry, is a mask. This is a mask that they used to use in old theaters. Now the same people will be playing many roles. Let's say Ramayana is happening. You have to play Rama's role also and Sita's role also and Lakshman's role also. For everything there's one mask. You hold this mask and speak like Rama, keep it down. Hold this mask and speak like Sita, keep it down. Hold this and speak like Hanuman and keep it down. This is how the plays were done. So it is those masks which were referred to as persona. So personality means you held a mask and mask got stuck to your face, you couldn't pull it out. That means you have a personality. Personality is something that people are trying to develop because they have no sense of being. Instead of the real thing, you're trying to concretize the fake thing. If you are in touch with your being, why do you want a personality? It's not necessary. You can be a different kind of personality in different places. You are actually already. Or are you stuck with one personality? Some people are. People who are simplistic in their head have only one personality. Others have different personalities in different areas of life, isn't it? If you had seen me before like 1999, that is before the consecration of Dhyanalinga, I was a completely different kind of person, okay? To such an extent, everything about me was so different. Well before that things happened that was beyond me, but this was conscious. At that time I was single-minded towards a certain purpose, I was in a certain way. So after… I never thought I will live beyond that. but somehow things happened. Then I thought, okay, now that the work is over, let me change my personality completely. To fulfill that, I had acquired a certain kind of personality. And now that it's over, I thought, let me change it. And I told people around me, see, I'm going to change my personality. Don't be shocked, I'm still the same guy. They said, no problem, this. I said, just hang on, because things will change. Everything about me will change, the way I operate will change, the way I speak will change, the way I dress will change, the way I do, everything will change. They said, no problem, we know you, we love you with this. I said, that's okay, hang on tight, because when things change, people fall off. Lot of people fell off because they couldn't believe. Where is that person that they knew? That person just evaporated, you know This is a new person, they can't identify with this new person. I told them and changed. In spite of that, they fell off. So many of them. So many of them who were very dear to me and very close to me, they fell away because I changed so dramatically. And I told them I'm going to change because one phase of work is over, now it's time to change my personality. The way I look, the way I dress, the way I speak, the very way I am, everything about me. I even changed what food I like. I changed my personality, so I thought I'll change my food also. So personality is something that you have taken on, but you have become so unconscious about it that you think it's for real. You're asking how to develop, that means you're making it up, right? Another word for developing is making up, isn't it? You're making it up. Make it up whichever way is suitable for your kind of activity, but you must be able to keep it down. If it gets stuck to your face, then it becomes misery. Then all suffering will come to you. You can take on any kind of personality, but when you want to keep it down, you must be able to keep it down. There was a sage. He was so wise. People went to him and crowds gathered. Then the king went to him and the king saw such a wise man should be in his court. So he told the sage, you must come and become my chief minister, because a wise man like you shouldn't go away sitting under a tree. You must be useful for the people. The sage said, see, that's fine, but I have a condition. You must give me a room in your palace where I will spend every day 1 hour. You should never peep into that room, you should never ask me what it's about, you should never break into it, nothing. This room should be left unexplored by yourself, your servants, your secret agents and everybody. King thought, that's not a problem. What's the problem with me? You want your room, why do I want to look into your room? Take it. Then whenever any important meeting is to come, this man who's sage, now who's become a minister, so he's wearing appropriate clothes for the palace, but he goes in to this room and locks himself for 1 hour and comes out. A few months and years passed, but then after that, king's curiosity, it even got us to Mars. He wants to know what the hell is he doing inside. So rumor started all around, oh, he's doing something, he's got somebody inside, maybe he's an enemy agent, he suddenly landed here, what is he doing there, what is he doing there? Everybody, the whole palace started buzzing around with what is he doing in this room. Everybody wants to see what's in the room, but it's always locked, he goes in, spends time there and comes out. Especially when something important is to be done, he goes in. All kinds of rumors happened. So, One day, king couldn't hold it. King asked this man, "I want to see what's in that room." He said, "Well, there's a promise you've given me. If you break the promise, I will leave." So he contained it. He doesn't want to lose the man. He's too wise. And then his other courtiers started talking, "How can you allow this? We don't know what's happening inside. It could be dangerous, it could be this, it could be that." One day when he was not there, they broke open the door and went inside. They looked around, the room is empty, no furniture, no nothing, just empty room. They looked, nothing. Then what does he do here? Then in one corner they saw very, worn out clothing hanging there and a begging bowl. They went. They couldn't make out what this is. Then he came in. He said, "Well, you wanted to see, you have seen." The king asked, "What do you do here?" He said, "Whenever I want to make any important decision, I come here, wear my worn-out clothes and sit with a begging bowl, clearly, that I don't want to be caught up with all the things of the palace. I want my wisdom not to be lost in these clothes and in this jewelry and in this stuff. So I come here, wear those clothes, sit with my begging bowl, make the decisions and then come out. Now you've broken the promise," and he left. So, this is what meditation is for you. Every day when you sit, you strip yourself down. You don't have to do anything about it. If you sit there simply, see, anything that's made up needs constant support from you, isn't it? See, suppose you tell a lie. It needs constant support to keep it up, isn't it? But if something is true, you can even forget it, but it's still there, isn't it? You understand what I'm saying? If something is true, even if you forget it, it's still there, no problem. But if it's a lie, you have to keep it up. Your personality is a lie. Your being, your existence is the truth. You don't have to keep this up. This will be anywhere there. What you make up for the sake of the society, to function in the society, you need a certain kind of makeup. You must be able to keep it down. If you're going to bed fully made up, then something wrong with you. A rogi will not sleep in the night. A bogi will not sleep in the night. A yogi also will not sleep in the night, because for him also night is very conducive. What light does to you is, it makes everything distinct. Suppose lights went off, there is a certain sense of lack of boundaries in the night. So for yoga, for sexuality, for friendship, for being together, for study, for focus, for all these things, night seems to be more conducive.
My question to you is, I personally feel that I function more efficiently in the night than I do in the day. It's not that I've changed my biological clock or something and I sleep during the day, but it's just that I feel more productive, not only while studying, but otherwise. I feel invigorated in the night. So why is it so?
Maybe you're in the wrong country, huh? There are three types of people who do not sleep in the night. A rogi will not sleep in the night. A rogi means a sick person because he cannot sleep. A bogi will not sleep in the night. A pleasure seeker will not sleep in the night because night is conducive for him, for his kind of business. A yogi also will not sleep in the night Because for him also night is very conducive. Which one are you? You can decide, I don't want to say anything about it. Why night is? See, light, we value light because our visual apparatus are made in a certain way. What light does to you is, it makes everything distinct. See now, because it is lit, I can see this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. Suppose lights went off and this became dark, I just see a mass of people. I don't see this person, this person, this person. So there is a certain sense of lack of boundaries in the night. So for yoga, for sexuality, for friendship, for being together, for study, for focus, for all these things, night seems to be more conducive because the difference between what is you and what is the other comes down in the night, simply because our visual apparatus function like this. Where there is no light, everything merges in our experience. So a yogi, a bogi and a rogi, all three of them make use of the night. You can also make use of it, there's no problem unless you're sleeping in the classroom. If you're not sleeping in the classroom, it's fine, nothing wrong with it. But you will see, you try this and see, can I share something? I was made like this. If I sleep in the morning, normally my school used to be 8:30 in the morning, from 6:45 my mother and my sisters will start waking me up. It's a series of efforts. Many things, they'll make me sit up in the bed, they'll come and twist my arm and do this and this. My mother will do it gently, my sisters will do that. Then they will drag me and my mother will put toothpaste on the toothbrush and give it to me, I'll stick it in my mouth. She'll get me my clothes and say, go and have shower, it's time up, time up. I go inside the bathroom and fall asleep. If nobody wakes me up, till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll just sleep like a rock, not wake up and roll around, simply dead. But I started practicing yoga at the age of 12. In about maybe 8 to 9 months, after that, no matter where I am, even till this day, where I am, which time zone I am, every day I'm in a different time zone, but at 3:35, 3:40, I just come awake. Because some changes happen in the nature at that time. My body just comes awake. If I want, I can get up and do what I want. If I don't want, I can sleep some more, but it always comes awake. So you have to bring some sensitivity into the system that, see, you are a product of this planet, yes or no? Whatever nonsense individuals may think about themselves, we are all just a pop-up from this planet. You've seen those pop-ups on the computer screen? Pop, pop, yes? You're just a pop-up, you'll be gone. You can't believe you will be gone, huh? Me? I will be gone? Yes, all the very smart people, countless number of people who walked this planet before and you and me, where the hell are they, huh? Not a sign, all became topsoil, isn't it so? Weren't they pop-ups? Aren't you a pop-up? Poop, poop. You may think you have a great life and this and that. As far as the earth is concerned, it's just recycling its soil. Just throws you up and draws you back, throws you up and draws you back. So in this little pop-up, the important thing and the most important thing is, you create sensitivity within you, such sensitivity that every dimension of life comes into your experience. Before you fall dead, is it not important? You experience this life in this fullest possible scale, yes or no? Experience means people think, we must party every day. No, same damn thing, how many times you will do? There is much more for the human life to explore. You must become sensitive. When I say sensitive, because the word sensitive is used in a wrong way, in the sense, when people say, oh, she's very sensitive, we are supposed to understand she will get hurt for just about anything. Yes? No, being sensitive to life and being ego-sensitive are two different things. Being sensitive to life means if you walk into this hall, you experience everything that's here, you don't miss a thing. If you walk outside, you don't miss a thing. Every dimension of life should come into your experience. This happened. Shankaran Pillai bought a what? He bought a work donkey. And the man who was selling the donkey said, "See, this is a very sensitive donkey. You cannot beat this donkey. You cannot use bad words, you cannot abuse this donkey." Shankaran Pillai said, "That's great. Every day I'm tired of beating these donkeys and abusing. Every day I have to use filthy words to get these donkeys moving. I like a sensitive donkey," and he paid little extra bonus for the sensitivity of the donkey and took it home. He left it in the barn, and tomorrow morning he has to go to work. He went there and told the donkey, "Please, let's go." No response. He said, "Please, let us go." Nothing. He went down on his knees and prayed. Nothing. You're not supposed to abuse it, you're not supposed to beat it. Not knowing what to do, he went back to the man who sold the donkey. "See, I requested, I pleaded, I prayed. He's not responding, what am I supposed to do?" That man said, "Is that so? Let me see." And he came. He picked up a thick stick like this. One whack on the head. And then he threw the stick and said, "Come." The donkey followed. Shankaran Pillai got furious, "You idiot, you said it's a sensitive donkey, and the way you hit this animal, I've never hit an animal like this in my life." He said, No, he's very sensitive, first you have to get his attention." So, developing sensitivity means, if you simply close your eyes, you must know what phase of moon it is right now, because all this is playing in your body. Every day it is playing in your system. Do you see if it's a full moon or a new moon, the entire ocean is coming up? There are tides, isn't it? You ever been to the ocean side or you don't? You do? There are tides? Yes. The whole ocean is trying to rise. 72% of your body is water. You think nothing is rising? It is. For every position of the sun, moon and many things that are happening to the planet, they're happening to you. You must become life-sensitive. Then you will know how to manage every aspect of your life. Don't become ego-sensitive, don't become society-sensitive, life-sensitive if you become. What's happening with this life if you know this one thing all the time? You will see, you got your GPS on. There's really no problem, you will never get lost. It doesn't matter who says what kind of situations you're put into, you are never ever lost because you're life-sensitive. This is all this life needs, that this has to become life-sensitive. Right now, we have developed a psychological structure which has got nothing to do with life, it's got something to do with the social scene, got nothing to do with the life. There is room and scope for improvement. Relentlessly improve. Let's see where it gets you. Everybody is calling somebody enlightened compared to themselves. You may be wonderful, but you are not loyal to your wonderfulness.
I am not pursuing enlightenment with 100% sincerity because at some level, I am not convinced that this is going to happen in this lifetime given my limitations. How do I overcome this mental setup that I have? Have you seen people coming close to this possibility, and what are my chances?
Don't pursue enlightenment. You cannot pursue enlightenment. How can you pursue something that you do not know? If you pursue something, you will pursue only what you know. What is the point pursuing something that you already know? What is the point in running after something that you already know? So if you have to step into something that you do not know, the only thing is just to keep walking. Keep a steady direction and keep walking. Maybe it's a wrong direction, it doesn't matter. Just keep walking. After all, planet is round. Inevitably, if you keep walking and keep straight walking, not round and round, if you just keep straight walking, you will inevitably get somewhere. Nobody can take it away from you. You know, if you have a dog at home, you would know this. If you just tickle him in the tail, he will go shh, chasing his own tail. Okay, a lot of people are doing that. Their own tail they're chasing. Even enlightenment is their own tail. Nobody told you there is such a thing. But definitely you can see, from one person to another person, one person seems to be little better off, simply the way they are. Not because of their money, not because of their wealth, not because of their qualifications. Simply the way they sit and stand, somebody seems to be better off than somebody else. Yes or no? So, there is room and scope for improvement. Relentlessly improve. Let's see where it gets you. But if you have fancy ideas of what is enlightenment, then you will chase that silly idea, and that idea is never enlightenment, because it's your idea. You cannot have an idea about something that you have no access to, isn't it? All your ideas concern things that you already know, maybe permutations and combinations of the same damn thing. It's like God. Because you're human, God is a big human being, isn't it? We are little more liberal, so we made animals, birds, snakes, everything, elephants, cows, everything gods, because we understand, after all, they can have their own gods. But if you're very dogmatic and rigid, you think, no, God is a human being, that too a man. And that too he has blonde hair. That's a very rigid, dogmatic idea. People who lived in other parts of the world never could imagine a blonde-haired God. They just cannot. Can you? I'm sure African gods have crinky hair, Indian gods have jet black hair, something. So, it's our idea. Our ideas, no matter what we do, only comes from what we already know. Cannot be anything else. So do not think up enlightenment. You will just make a fool of yourself going round and round. If you become an absolutely, that means unconditionally wonderful human being, you don't worry whether you're enlightened or not. Other people will, if they want, they will say, oh, he is enlightened compared to me. Everybody is calling somebody enlightened compared to themselves. Look at me how I am, look at him how he is, he must be enlightened. But there is no one benchmark out there, this is enlightenment. Everybody is wonderful when things around them are properly arranged for them, the way they want, the way you want. Huh? When everybody behaves the way you want, you are also wonderful. When people don't behave the way you want, when life doesn't work the way you want, then to be wonderful, it takes something else. So when everything is going dead wrong with your life, with your family, with your profession, with your life, everything around you, if you're still wonderful, for now, let us say you're enlightened. All right? If you must set a benchmark, but something wonderful happened, something so wonderful that nothing could affect that wonderfulness, other people say it's enlightenment. You never say. I'm pursuing enlightenment means one day you're going to declare yourself, I'm enlightened, then everybody will know you're a nutcase. If others say, oh, he is enlightened, good. You declare, I'm enlightened. This will be a case, isn't it? You may be wonderful, but you are not loyal to your wonderfulness. You are joyful, you are sometimes blissful, you're even loving, but not loyal to these qualities. A beautiful flower throws out fragrance. The flower is very loyal. No matter if you pluck it also, it's still fragrant. If the cow eats it also, it's fragrant. If the bee messes around also, it's fragrant. It never got angry and turned into a skunk ever. But you're not like that, you are wonderful like this. If somebody pokes you, you will become a skunk. You're not loyal to your wonderfulness. This happened. Shankaran Pillai was running a pet shop and there was a nice dog, a golden retriever, a wonderful dog. Somebody came to buy this grown-up dog. They asked, how much? He said, $2,000. I said, what? $2,000 for a dog, isn't it too much? Shankaran Pillai said, just look at him, isn't he wonderful? The man looked at it and said, yes, he's a wonderful dog. He paid the money he was taking, but he asked, is he loyal? Of course, he's loyal. I sold him 7 times and he's back in hours. So are you loyal to your wonderfulness? This is all you have to do. Instead of pursuing enlightenment, just do this. Choose any one thing, I will leave it to you. Either joy or blissfulness or love or anger or hatred, you choose whatever you want. Just be loyal to one thing every moment of your life. How's that? You will become enlightened. The problem right now is of loyalty. You keep chasing your own tail. You keep running, of course, but you think you're going somewhere, you're not going anywhere. Especially if you're pursuing enlightenment, you definitely not going anywhere. Just stay loyal to one quality that you choose. I won't even tell you be loving, be joyful, be blissful, no. If you like anger, if you like hatred, if you like jealousy, but every moment you must be like that. That's all. Your job is done. Really, that's all it takes. No matter what is happening, whatever may be happening, you just be loyal to one quality. Nischala tattvam jivan mukti. If you're unwavering, that is all. Right now the problem is it's going all over the place. Every moment your loyalty is changing, isn't it? When you sit here, yes, Sadhguru. Just one damn thing, choose any damn thing. Just be loyal to that one thing every moment of your life. It's a dumb thing.
So Sadhguru, you say that we must try and break karma bondages, but at the same time you urge people to be very inclusive, be very, very involved in everything that they do. So how these two things can exist together, please explain.
Namaskaram, Kangana. How do you see some contradiction in these two things? Karma means the residual memory of all the things that we do physically, mentally, emotionally and energy-wise. Or in other words, it's a certain unconscious software that you create. It is a certain amount of memory which rules your life on various levels. There is a physical memory, there is a psychological memory, emotional memory and energy levels of memory. All these things put together, it rules your life. So memory means however much it is a limited boundary. Whatever is in your memory is a limited boundary. So karma is a limited boundary. Within those limited boundaries, karma is very useful, it facilitates many things, it makes you pretty automatic so that you can respond effortlessly to a whole lot of things. But when you want to expand, a boundary is a problem. If you just draw a boundary of, let us say, your territory of home, now if you want to expand, very easy, you just have to move out. But suppose because there were certain threats to your existence, threats to your survival, you built a thick wall, like a fortress around you. Now, you feel safe when there are threats, but suppose there is no threat to your life in any way, then you naturally want to expand. When you want to expand, moving this huge wall and expanding your boundary becomes very difficult. Most probably you will not expand simply because the wall, how to take the wall to another place? So similarly, karma or the karmic memory is a certain wall that you set up. If you don't loosen it up, if you do not bring inclusiveness into your system, inclusiveness is not just as an idea of being friendly with everybody. Inclusiveness into your system, when I say inclusiveness into your system, as you exist here we are in this jungle, what this tree is exhaling, I'm inhaling, what I'm exhaling, the tree is inhaling. Let me not make a statement about the tree, but most human beings may be unaware that this transaction is going on. If we were conscious this transaction is going on, then this experience of just sitting here and breathing is absolutely fantastic and ecstatic. But if you're unconscious, you're still being nourished by the oxygen that the tree is letting out, but you're missing the experience. So inclusiveness does not mean you did something different, you just became conscious about the nature of existence, because existence is absolutely inclusive. What happens to the tree happens to you, what happens to the soil happens to you. What you think is myself, actually just the soil that you're walking upon. So inclusiveness is not something that you have to do. Inclusiveness is the nature of existence, you just have to become conscious of it. Karma is the nature of your individual existence, you have to just become conscious of the limitations of your karmic boundaries. If this awareness comes, rest is handled by life itself.
Guru Nanak was traveling by foot, walking from village to village, offering his teachings to people. A very compassionate and courageous man, both ways, and quite… we like him because he's not one of those all the time smiling, gentle saints. He knows when to be hard, when to be soft. Real thing. So one day, he happened to be a guest in a home of a very rich man in the area. So when he was a guest in this house for a few days. When he is leaving, he gave this man a needle, a sewing needle. He gave this needle and said, "You keep this with you. Sometime when you see me, you can give it back to me. Till then, please keep it with you." A needle, not a golden one, just a simple needle. That man took it and kept it with him. Then after the Guru left, he told his wife, "The Guru gave me a needle and I'm supposed to keep it in safekeeping and give it to him later." The wife, who was little wiser than him, usually they think they are, said, "You fool, why did you take a needle from a Guru? If you take something from a man like him, and suppose he's an old man and if he dies and you don't get to give back this needle, what will you do? You will be in debt forever. Taking a needle from a Guru, why did you take it? You should not receive anything from a man like him. What we offer is fine, never take anything from a man like him. And if he dies and goes away, you can't carry this needle to heaven and give it there. It is not possible to take the needle to heaven and return it there. So you will be in debt forever and ever and ever, and you will not be able to wash off that one karma, and it may mean 1,000 lifetimes. This is not a good thing. Just somehow find him and return it to him immediately." So the man started trekking behind the Guru. The Guru walks fast. But slowly, after a couple of months, the man caught up as to where he is. And then he said, "Oh my Guru, I don't want to carry this needle with me because just in case you're an old man, if you die, and I will be left in debt forever. And I know I cannot carry this needle to heaven and return it to you there." So, Guru Nanak said, "So you know that you can't carry this needle to heaven. You know that, right?" He said, "Yes." "Then when you know this, that you can't carry a needle, what are all these things that you're accumulating? You will not be able to carry any of that. If you can't carry a needle, definitely you can't carry anything else." Then the man got the message. He fell at his feet and he went back home, sold everything that he can sell, just kept what is needed for his family, for him and his family. And the rest, because the whole society was poverty-stricken, so he went about building whatever was needed for the well-being of the people around. All these days, people were living in poverty, he was going on accumulating. The world is a limited space. This planet is a limited resource. If each individual goes about accumulating endlessly, all that can happen is strife, all that can happen is pain. Unless every individual somewhere fixes it within himself, okay, this is my deal, beyond this I will not go. Rest of my capabilities, I will use it for everybody's well-being. If this does not come in a human being, he is a disaster to himself and to the world. The disaster on this planet is not earthquake, not volcano, not a tsunami. The true disaster is human ignorance. This is the only disaster. Ignorance is the only disaster. Enlightenment is the only solution. There's really no other solution, please see. So, spiritual process, if it has to become alive, This is not about renunciation. This is just about living sensibly. Wrong words have been put by external scholars. There is no such word as renunciation in any of the Indian languages, if you don't know this. Yes? There is no such word as renunciation in Sanskrit language. It is the outside scholars who come and say, oh, this man has renounced. No, he's embraced the whole universe and you think he's renounced. That is your understanding, because you cannot think of life without possessing this one part of the planet is mine, without that you cannot live. Somebody has embraced the whole universe, so he did not think he has to gather it because all the stars belong to him. The whole galaxy belongs to him. He did not think it is necessary for him to gather something and keep it in his bag or in his bank. It did not arise, it did not occur to him. This is not renunciation. So understanding life from an inner perspective, not from an objective sense, because objectively whatever you perceive is only good enough for survival. You need a subjective perception of life.
The life within you is saying, whatever you do is not enough, I'm just resonating that. And above all, I'm getting tired of being a stress-busting, husband-fixing, wife-fixing guru. If your mind does not rise beyond the compulsions of your body, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. Someone was asking me, Sadhguru, why are you so hard on us? Many other gurus say nice things. You're continuously hard on us. Whatever we do, you say it's not enough. It's not me who is saying that. The life within you is saying that, isn't it? Whatever you is not enough. Hello? Huh? The life within you is saying, whatever you do is not enough, I'm just resonating that. And above all, I'm getting tired of being a stress-busting, husband-fixing, wife-fixing guru. A yogi means he's supposed to do something to you which is beyond your physical and psychological drama. I'm not the director of your physiological and psychological drama that's going on. It's your business to run those two dramas well, isn't it so? There is enough intelligence within you to conduct life, yes or no? There's enough intelligence. The question is only, is it working for you or against you? When your intelligence works against you, you are a dumb thing. Yes, somebody else is working against you, we can manage it. We can manage it. Once your intelligence works against you, you are a dumb thing. There's no possibility in that state. So, what is the way? Well, Adiyogi talked about three basic formats for realizing what's beyond. With one set of people, with the Saptarishis, who are seven, very focused men, he talked about the science of knowing. Went on for decades, exploration. For this, you need a razor-sharp intellect and perseverance to hang on to something for decades, to simply stay in one direction. With mind, to keep your mind on one thing. for a period of time takes enormous capability, intellectual capability to be able to stay with something unwavering. It's easier to keep your emotion like that. So when he saw the way he was teaching the Saptarishis, though initially everybody thinks they're intellectual and it entertains them when you talk about the science of it, after some time, they won't be able to stay on because it needs sharpness and perseverance. Those who are sharp are all over the place. Only those who are little dim have perseverance, unfortunately, in the world. To be sharp and to be absolutely in a state of perseverance always are a few, not too many. So he saw the next possibility. When his wife Parvati came, she came to him with enormous love and devotion. So, because her devotion and love for him was such, he could include her as a part of himself. She became one half of him and actually, in the Indian languages, the word for wife is ardhangi. That means she is literally a half of you. I think even in English there is a term like that, huh? Better half, bitter half, whatever. No, it depends case to case. So, he showed how with sheer emotion you can get there, because when your emotion gets attached to somebody, it's very easy to stay focused. When you were 18, 20, you fell in love with somebody, you couldn't wipe their image off your mind, isn't it? Simply there all the time. Because when your emotion gets attached to something, your mind just stays there. Everything that you think, everything that you do, your very energies get oriented in that direction because your emotions are attached to something. So this is what Parvati did, that she attached her emotions to Adiyogi in such a way that emotion which starts as love became devotion. Devotion means it is a solution which slowly dissolves you, makes you less and less of yourself. So she came to her enlightenment that way. She came to know the beyond in that sense. Then there were others who were his people. They are literally like they had fallen out of him. They asked, what about us? All these guys are shining up. What about us? He said, you don't bother about all this. This is for intellectual idiots, this is for emotional idiots. You don't worry about all that. You just be, you're anyway part of me, what is there to do for you? But don't worry about enlightenment and rubbish, you just be here, simply. Because you have no sense of yourself, you don't have to do anything, just hang around, that's all. So these are the three ways in which he delivered. In today's world, you have to start with the intellect because everybody thinks they just read high school science, but everybody thinks he's a scientist in this world right now. So if you want to train this intellect that it can stay like this for long periods of time, that's fantastic, that'll need lots of work. But your emotion is capable of like that. There have been times in your life when you're emotionally very strong with somebody, 24 hours. Has it happened or no? So you're more emotionally competent than intellectually competent. Whether you're a man or a woman, this is true for you, look at it and see. Maybe your love is not focused, but your anger at least is focused. That is an emotion. If your mind does not rise beyond the compulsions of your body, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. If you do not know how to raise your mind beyond the compulsions of your physiological compulsions, if you do not raise beyond that, then what's the point of talking to you of higher things? You are not yielding to your life's longings. You are settling for the ways of the body, that's all. Is it wrong? Not at all. It's just limited. Is it wrong to be limited? Not at all. But if it happens to me, I would consider it as a crime against my life. But different people have different standards, it's perfectly fine. It's just that, don't talk about lofty things when what you want is this. It's a waste of time for you and of course for me. A few physiological things have enlarged in their mind in such a way that it looks like there is no way to cross it. No, you just have to look at it with little more awareness, that's all. Don't you have the intelligence to cross these things? You have, believe me. It is just that your intelligence is mortgaged to so many things that it can't think straight. Because small physiological needs and psychological needs, you have dressed it up so much, with so many frills, you can't see through what it is. It is very simple process. Physiological needs of hunger and sexuality are very simple things. If you see it for what it is, very easily you can look beyond it. Body and mind are tools, are instruments given to you so that you live. Not that you get enslaved by those two tools, you're supposed to master them